Hello everybody, welcome back to our Burton Albion England DNA series. So, in this series, we have had quite a few now stagnant years, I guess. We need to start improving as soon as possible. And off camera, we had a pretty slow start to the season. I'm going to get into why and what we've done tactically to try and fix it. And we're going to play 3 games away from home in today's episode. Right, so after quite a few tweaks of everybody being back fit, I'm looking at the players and the way the team was playing, we've ended up back in the same shape as we had before, but the tactic is quite different. It plays very different. Obviously, now we've got 2 pivot players up in the advanced field positions. That's one big change. We've got an inverted wingback this side. So that side, we don't need to have a proper wingback per se. Because we're using it as an inverted wingback and they're in the CM slot, it allows this player to really drift in more into the middle and be more effective in the central areas. And we can use a central fielder type player there. So we can use a Terry Taylor, we could use a Joe Powell, we could use a Charlie Lakin, or we could use a wingback as well, a natural kind of wingback. So we have quite a few different options there if we need to use it. Because before, we're having it as a complete wingback meant that you needed like a proper winger or wingback type player. But now we can get away with it with like a central fielder kind of player there. So that's quite important for us, I think, having that different kind of player that we can have in there. It's not just restricted to just like a winger, because we're not going to get too many of those, not left-footed ones anyway. So that's a big change. That's one huge change. The other second part to it is that in the new update compared to the pre-winter update in terms of the match engine, the tactic plays quite differently. It's a lot better at playing out from the back and playing through the thirds. The third aspect to it is the passing directness is knocked down to in the middle. We have Be More Expressive selected as well. So those are all the changes from the original tactic that we had back at the start of the save, which is quite substantial because of the match engine in particular being different, but all these things as well. So this is the tactic that we're going to play when we have all of our players fit. And maybe we're only going to lose Victor for 1 or 2 matches. And we've also got a couple of youngsters coming through as well up front. Now, if I was to lose John King or Victor over a long period of time, we would then swap to this. So that's going to be our secondary tactics. We're going to flip it and then use the other tactic with 2 shallow strikers and a striker to be the tactic if we need to go to that as well. So we've got 2 shapes that we can use depending on who's available and who the better players are for us to use. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to sort of bring to you was that's what we've sort of been doing. Or we did it in the last game anyway against Mill, and it worked really, really well. John King finally scores. He scores 2 goals. As soon as we go back to a 2-striker system in like a 3-5-2 kind of shape, he scores instantly. So he obviously really likes this system having two strikers. So there you are. That's going to be interesting to watch. I'm only going to review a couple of players' attributes, I think, or like maybe 2 or 3, because there aren't too many players to show you. So we're going to play the 3 games. I think I'll show you the players at the end. We'll do 3 matches, and then we'll come back and have a look at the players' development right at the end of that. And yeah, let's get into the game, see how we get on. And the reason I want to bring you back for 3 matches in this episode is, by the end of this episode, we're going to know whether we've got a chance at the playoffs or not. If we pick up 5 points or less, we're probably going to struggle season. We're probably going to struggle this season to find ourselves in a relegation fight. If we're able to get 6+, we've got a chance of getting to the playoffs. That's 3 away games then gone, right? So we've got a bit of a chance there if we can get the 6 points. But it's important that we do get the 6. And yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to see how we can get on here. We've got the 3 away games now. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like after it says 7 games played, I don't know what our points total is going to be. We'll be able to go from there and really pick out what we think is going to happen for this season. But right now it's on a knife edge. If we were to lose all 3 games, we're going to be in here and probably here all season. If we won all 3, we'd be up here. So, and anything in between. So you're going to see the shape of how the season's going to go right here today in today's episode. So here we go then. First of 3 games against Barnsley, our old Moneyball side from FM23. Your team is going to be Harrison in goal with King, Hughes and Hamer across the back. With Heller and Brendan Hughes as 2 pivots. Powell as a 10, King and Victor up front. Assistant manager says, nothing to lose. They are intending playing a 3-5-2 themselves with a proper 3 at the back and a CDM there. Barnsley's goalkeeper has the ball. He's going to go long with it. He goes long up to the centre-backs. We deal with it, somehow give it away. And is that Jeremy Docker up front for them? That can't be. Oh, it is. Jeremy Docker's playing up front for them. Great. That's great. This is what I mean, right? That the difference between our team and everybody else's, there's quite a big gap still in terms of players. Even the not big sides in the league have got really good players, and we don't. So it's hard to compete at the moment with this team. And Barnsley have got the ball here. They're going to play out from the back. They're going to play down left centre back. Doku gets it. Goes inside. It's going to be flagged offside, though. Okay, I'll say do it for the fans. Not much been created at all in that first half, though. Corner for Burton Albion, which whipped into the near post, set it away. Brendan Hughes is going to get to the ball. He gets it first. He loses it, puts the tackle in, loses it. Are they going to counter us? They might do come in this. We do in the first one. Sam Hughes gets to the second, though. Goes through. He shoots from distance. That was never going in. Late highlight here for Barnsley. They throw the ball in. We head it away. Mitchell King. They bring it down. They're going to get a shot away. They go through. They shoot from distance. Keeper saves it. Puts it over the bar. That's probably going to be the end of the game. It's going to finish 0-0. And there you have it. It finishes 0-0 in the first game in today's episode. That's quite an uneventful game, I must say, for myself there. Let's go physio for Terry Taylor. Yeah, nothing really happened in that game. It was quite boring, to be honest, which I suppose is a good thing in some ways. We're looking solid at the back, but right. Okay, I'll see you in a few days for the next game against Hull City. Okay, same team for this game, except for the fact that we're going to play Charlie Lakin left wing back. Let's see how we get on our way to Hull City. Hull City are currently in the relegation zone, so this will tell us quite a lot, won't it? Depending on how the season's going to go. Assistant manager says pressure's all on them. I don't know if it is all on them, to be honest. We need to get some results here. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here again for another season. It's not that we're going to be stuck here. That's not the problem. It's just being stuck in the division. It's being stuck in the division and showing no potential to get into the playoffs and stuff. Right? You're seeing players at we're at Barnsley in the league. So Barnsley are 19th in the league table, right? And they've got Jeremy Doku playing for them. And we are struggling to get... Look, we would be a really good League One team, is what we are right now. I'm sure people have done, no signing saves before, academy only saves, and succeed in this scenario. I just feel like we really are struggling with the players. We're just nowhere near good enough. And it's hard to know how we're going to get out of this without, a complete eureka moment in terms of tactics. And I'm unsure that's going to come from at this stage. Hull City play to the right-hand side. They got 2v1. We go back with them. They're going to cross the ball into the box. It's low. It's cleared by Mitchell King. They're going to build their attack. We should have got across this, shouldn't we? Right wing back there. They're going to get a chance. They score. It's 1-0 to Hull City. Okay, highlight for Hull City potential. They start off with the ball anyway with the goalkeeper. They go long. We win the first one. Get to the second one. Gilligan just hoiks it clear. Goes the way into William. Goes through. He shoots and the keeper saves. It should have been a goal really for us. It's cleared away and that's going to be the end of that. Highlight for Hull City, the throwing. I've gone a lot of attack, by the way, into a 3 at the back tactic. It's been it's frustrating. This honestly, it's so frustrating not knowing what to do with this team. Gilligan loses it. They should have scored. We're going to probably end up near the relegation zone after this episode because it's 3 away games in a row. But I don't see an obvious solution to this team. 1-0 defeat. We'll say unlucky. We just can't score anymore. Okay, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to go back to our 4-3 one that we had, right? But I've got my two side cams, as it were, actually marking their fullbacks or wing backs are playing a back 3. So what that'll do is it'll make sure that we're still defending the 4-2-3-1 wide. So these players will go and track them and they'll defend wide. Then we win the ball, they'll be wide, moving narrow. So we should still get this shape when we build up possession, but temporarily they're going to have to defend in a slightly wider structure. Let's give this a go and see how this goes here. Again, it means that Victor's probably not going to be as much use to us, but I guess that's going to have to be the way that it is for us to get the best players on the pitch. So let's do this. I've actually continued the game yet. I've just been looking at this for quite a while and trying to figure out the best team to put out. Let's go with that as a team for this game, and let's see how the boys get on in the next game. Okay, we go then. 4-2 against MK Dons. Let's see how we get on. Your team is going to be Harrison, Lakin, King, Hughes, and Hamer across the back and the goalkeeper there. Hella Hughes holding with Gilligan, Powell, Parker, Trott behind King up front. Let's see how this goes. Now, it's not the best game to do it with because they're playing a back 3, or they're supposed to be. So we're not going to get the marking done properly as it should be in a back 4. But and the other downside to doing it this way is you've got to be careful of what formation they're playing each time to make sure they are marking the right players. But in a game where I'm being very careful what we do anyway, and it's very planned and free kick here. Powell hits it off from distance and hits the post. I think goes up wide. Powell, the free kick whips towards a far post. Here he goes up, doesn't quite get there. They're going to travel with it on the counter attack. Can we win the ball here? We're going to trap them inside here. Good. John King gets it. Plays back to the goalkeeper. Can we spread out and play from here? We can. Sam Hughes. So he's got Hamer. He's got Parker Trott on the inside there. Hamer, does he use him? Nope. Goes back to Sam Hughes. Into him into Brendan Hughes. Could have gone across and into here, I think, if we would have been a bit more brave with our passing. Heyman needs to release this, really. He's not really an overlapping wing-back type, really, for us, as he knows. It's gone to Parker Trott to Gilligan. He's got a shoot, hasn't he? Oh, he's lost it. Can we get to the second ball? We've got to win this. Got to win this. Good, Sam Hughes. Brendan Hughes. Travels with it. Plays into Powell. Brilliant ball across. Back control. Is he onside? Doesn't matter because he missed it anyway. And Codon's on our mid-table side at the moment, by the way, just so you know. So a decent side. We'll say we need to give them some revenge, okay? I don't remember what for, if I'm honest, but there we are. John King off. We're going to put Victor up front. Corner. Powell whips it in towards the far post. Goes away. It's cleared away second time there. We're going to hit this. Should do easily. Hamer plays it into Lakin. He's got options with him. He's going to cross this now low. Victor goes up into the bar. Highlight starts off with MK Dons. They build up from the back. They get the ball into their right-hand side. They're going to take a touch. We look pretty well set defensively. This is the first highlight they've had all game, by the way. They're going behind me. Should be able to deal with this. Where's he going to go with it, though? Lakin gives it away. Goes across. Spill. And it's a goal for MK Dons in the worst possible way. Highlight MK Dons playing behind. We get to the first one. Mitchell King. Powell brings it down, plays to Heller. Into Gilligan. Into Victor. Into Tom Keenan now. Takes some touches. He's going to play it behind. No, it goes back to Hamer. Bit of the right-hand side. Keenan gets it back. Plays a pass through. Doesn't quite get to the point he needed it to go to. They actually counter us. Go 1v1. Harrison launches it away. And they play across us like we're not even there. And they get in behind. And they're going to get a chance. Manuel Dennis, I think that is. Goes across goal. It's 2-0. It's MK Dons. And that looks like it's going to be game over, I'm afraid. Heyman plays it to King. King plays it across to Hughes. Hughes takes some touches, plays it to the other Hughes. Wow, that was pretty poor from both of them. Keenan back into the other Hughes. Takes some touches back into Keenan. Plays it across to Victor. Goes through. And he should have scored. Now he's going to score the second time. Oh, he's not. He's missed that. Oh, that's when you know that you start a form and morale, right? When your striker has that much of an easy chance and he still can't score, you know there's a problem. They counter-attack on us to MK Dons on the right-hand side. They go through. He's going to cross this now. He does. Towards the far post, headed towards goal, and it's somehow gone in. It's 3-0. That is game over. Really, really poor performance from us. We'll say unlucky, but I have to look at this from a tactical perspective after this. This has been really, really poor in terms of results. Not good. Not good at all. Right. Let's have a quick look at some players in the development in the last few months. Actually, before we do that, I'll ask the league table for you. So I'll move myself out of the way. You can see we are clearly in the relegation zone there. And yeah, one result could flip it, but that's a really poor result from us, really. One win at home against Millwall, which was a comprehensive win, actually. And then 2 draws, and the rest are defeats. So they did just play 3 away games in a row, which might be not ideal for us, but that is the situation. Didn't score in today's episode, by the way. 3 games, no goals. Great. Yeah, not too many players to show you, really, I think, in today's episode, but I'll show you a couple here. Brendan Hughes, the first one. Again, looking at 6 months only. That is some serious improvements in 6 months. He's looking very good. It's a shame we can't get some results to support the development of this great player. I don't know what he's going to be, really. He could be a really good fullback. He could be a really good ball-winning midfield player. Like, he's quick. He can. He's able to tackle and mark. He's good work rate, good aggression. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see how he develops still, continuing into the next few seasons. But it looks like a really good player, or a really well-rounded player. If we can improve some of his technicals, that would be. Justin Parker-Trott continues to improve a little bit. Obviously, he's unhappy because he wanted to move to a different club, so that's not great for us. But yeah, I mean, Brendan Hughes looks like a better prospect generally now, doesn't he, than Justin Parker-Trott? But he's a very good, agile player to play on the wings for us, and as a number 10. Tom Keenan continues to improve and impress. Could do with getting slightly better. We need to play something with multiple midfield players, don't we? Do we just go like a 4-6-0 or something here at this point? And last but not least, Carl Andrew. Now, it says a few downward arrows there, but generally he's actually been pretty good in improving. You see a +1 for pace and a +1 for anticipation. Pretty good in the back 3. Could probably do as an emergency. Could play in a 2 centre-back system if needs be. But yeah, pretty good as well in his development. And that is pretty much it in terms of notable players to show you in the developments. We'll go through some more players, I think, in the next episode, in the Christmas update. So we'll come back at Christmas. We'll do I think, should we go Derby? No, let's go Sunderland, Derby and Preston. Then we'll go with those 3. See how things are looking going into that part there. You can see quite a few home games coming up here. In this month, you've got 3 home games, so the 2 away. And in this one, you've got a 3 and 3. And there's a spare home game there. So that's 2 extra home games and away games before the Preston game, which is good for us. I'm going to do a squad team talk now. Well, it's going to be off camera between now and next episode. I'm going to do it right now anyway, off camera. Then it'll be Wimbledon, Burnley and Reading. So there's a chance to get some results back there, but we can't score goals. John King can't seem to do well as a lone striker. I've seen it off camera quite a lot in the testing I've been doing. So either we go 2 strikers and play him, or does he get dropped? Do we go strikerless? A lot of options to go with there. I'm trying to keep the philosophy generally the same, but it's getting frustrating to, I don't want us to go down. Definitely not right. So that's it's always a concern for us, isn't it? But there we are. But that is going to do it. Thank you for watching. We're going to get there, I think, eventually. We need to just get a system that can get us to compete again at this level. We're really struggling to find something post the winter patch. Really, it's been the entire time. That first season that we had on the winter patch, we already had that half of the season played out with the previous tactic. and it doesn't quite play the same. So I'm not quite sure what the next step's going to be for this team, because we're struggling to create a scenario that works. But I'll have a look off camera, and hopefully we can get there. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.